Good morning. This is the time and place for the Planning Hearing Officer hearing for January 17th, 2018. My name is Roger Kiesel, and I will be conducting the hearing as Planning Hearing Officer. We have one case today, and relevant exhibits are posted on the panels located directly behind me. The one case is a conditional use permit under provisions of Title 30, Chapter 30.42 of the Glendale Municipal Code. A conditional use permit shall be granted if four required findings are present. They are, the first finding is that the proposed use will be consistent with the elements and objectives of the general plan. The second is that the use and its associated structures and facilities will not be detrimental to the public health or safety, general welfare, or the environment. The third is that the use and facilities will not adversely affect or conflict with adjacent uses or impede the normal development of surrounding property. And the fourth is that adequate public and private facilities are or will be provided for the proposed use. Findings. If the findings presented in the application and at the hearing meets the criteria just described, then the planning hearing officer can either approve or impose conditions for approval on the case in question. If the findings of fact are not in evidence, then the request will be denied. Public notification. Notification for this hearing was accomplished by the use of public notices, which were mailed to property owners within 500 feet of the subject property, physically posted on the site in question and placed in the local newspaper, and posted on the city's website. The hearing will proceed as follows. I will read a description of the application or request. The second, I'll read the reports received from other city departments and other letters or communications from interested parties. The case planner, Danny Manasarian, will then make a brief overview of the case, give analysis, and make a recommendation. The applicant will then be asked to come forward stating both name and address and will be asked to present a case within a 15-minute time period. Others in support or in opposition to the application and interested parties will be asked to come forward to speak, again clearly stating their name and both address and name and address within a 3-minute time limit. Finally, the applicant will be given an opportunity to make closing comments, if desired, in response to testimonies given by preceding speakers and be given a 5-minute time period. The public hearing will then be closed and the case taken under submission. Decision. After the hearing, the decision will be prepared in writing and will be in the form of a letter sent to the applicant and to all persons who responded to the public notice, either by speaking at this hearing or by emphasizing or by submitting, written responses and have provided their name and mailing address. The date of the decision will be the date appearing on the letter. Appeal. Under the appeal provision of Title 30, Chapter 30.62 of the Glendale Municipal Code, the decision may be appealed to the Planning Commission within 15 days of the decision date, and the notice of appeal shall be filed with the Building and Safety Division located in MSB 101 of this building. Speaker cards. If you wish to speak, please write your name and address on one of the speaker's forms, which have been provided by the front door, and submit it to our planning staff. The official proceedings of this planning hearing officer hearing are recorded on tape as part of the public record. All right. As I mentioned before, we have one case. It is at 404 East Broadway. It's a conditional use permit, case number 1723640. The applicant is Mr. Rodney Kahn. The business name is Refresh Nails and Massage. And the applicant is requesting approval of a CUP to allow the continued operation of a massage use in the DSP/EP zone. The case is exempt from CEQA under an existing facilities. And why don't I give Mr. Manasarian a couple minutes to do a brief overview.
Good morning, Mr. Kiesel. The applicant is proposing approval of a conditional use permit to allow the continuation of a massage establishment in the DSP East Broadway district, subject to the standards listed in GMC 5.64. The existing massage establishment is located on the ground floor of a mixed-use development addressed as 404 East Broadway. The four-story 175,052 square foot mixed-use development is located on the south side of East Broadway between South Kenwood Street and North Jackson Street. A subterranean parking lot is located on the lot and can be accessed from South Jackson Street. Spaces are designated for tenants and the retail uses on the site. The building currently features a mix of personal service, office, retail, restaurant, and indoor gym uses on the ground floor. The current business, Refresh Nails and Massage, has been operating at this location since 2013. On October 9th, 2013, a zoning use certificate was issued for a personal service use located at 404 East Broadway. The applicant is requesting to continue operating this massage establishment. The massage establishment has an active business registration certificate that will expire in February 22nd of this year, 2018. So you have to make sure they renew it. The proposed use will be consistent with the various elements and objectives of the general plan for the area. The downtown specific plan is defined as an area of regional importance and encourages a mixture of economic, cultural, and entertainment activities. Personal service land uses such as a massage establishment generally offers complementary elements to surrounding uses. A massage service is an allowed use in the DSP, subject to the approval of a conditional use permit. The subject tenant space is located on the ground floor. An operation of the massage establishment shall require to comply with the city's noise ordinance. As such, will be consistent with the noise element. No other elements of the general plan, including the open space, recreation, and housing element, will be impacted as a result of the establishment. Therefore, proposed use is in keeping with the various elements and objectives of the general plan. The applicant's request to continue operating the massage establishment is not anticipated to be detrimental to the public health or safety, the general welfare, or the environment as conditioned. The property is located between two streets and is abutting the DSP East Broadway zone at the rear. Approval of the conditional use permit will not adversely impact nearby businesses since there has not been any issues related to the massage establishment in the past. Adequate public and private facilities such as utilities, landscaping, traffic circulation measures are provided. Like I said, a subterranean structure is provided for the subject use and other tenants. This use meets the intent of the zoning ordinance. The use must comply with all provisions set forth in Chapter 5.64 of the Glendale Municipal Code, as well as Chapter 10.5 of Division 2 of the California Business and Professions Code. Staff believes that all four findings can be made in a positive manner and therefore recommend approval of this entitlement. Staff suggests the planning hearing officer consider the attached draft findings and conditions of approval. That concludes my presentation, and I can answer any questions.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Just to clarify, This is an existing retail establishment. It's our existing massage,
Mhm.
personal service.
Yes.
There's no change.
No changes.
No change in location. Okay.
Yeah, no added square footage, no facade changes either.
Okay. All right. Two comments from other city departments, neighborhood services. Just clarified, a massage establishment lawfully in existence on or before March 3rd, 2016, for which a conditional use permit has not already been granted, must comply with the requirements specified in this section. That is what they're doing today. And then the police department, there were 2 calls for police service in the last calendar year, both unrelated to massage, both petty theft. And they just gave some suggested conditions of approval. So at this point, I'd like to call up the applicant, Rodney Kahn, to give a brief presentation.
Good morning, Mr. Kiesel and city staff. My name is Rodney Kahn. My offices are located on North Brand Boulevard here in the city of Glendale. I thought Danny did a very nice presentation that I'd like to supplement. First and foremost, this is a very simple, it's a very straightforward request. It's a continuation of the massage establishment. It actually is a combination. It has a nail salon, and it also has massage as well. The project is located, the business is located in the 416 mixed-use project. It was a project I worked on a number of years ago that consists of roughly 115 residential dwelling units and about 9,000 square feet of commercial space. The space we're talking about here today consists of about 2,600, a little less than 2,600 square feet on the ground floor. For the entire project, we have 296 on-site parking spaces. So there's ample parking for the tenants of the building, the residential component, and also the commercial component. Excuse me. This business location is down the street from City Hall. It's on Broadway, as was pointed out, between Kenwood and Jackson Street on the south side of the street. It's been in existence for a little under 5 years, and as was mentioned, Neighborhood Services has had no complaints. The police department, who I contacted before, didn't have any concerns or complaints either. As you pointed out, there were 2 issues with petty theft, which had to do with the ground floor retail, but that had nothing to do with the subject application for massage that we're here today. As also pointed out, the business is not changing at all. There is no additional square footage. There is no additional massage area that's being added. There's no additional tables. There's no facade changes whatsoever. It's simply to comply with the law and code changes that took effect recently. There is hours of operation as it relates to the business itself. It operates 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to about 10 p.m. And as I go through my presentation, I'll come back to the conditions of approval for a slight suggested modification to that in terms of hours of operation. The employees that perform massage will all be California Massage Therapy Council certified, which is part of the more recent requirements and code changes for these types of facilities. The other businesses that are located within this mixed-use project or nearby have had a positive relationship with Refresh Nails and Massage, and this is a credit to the business operator that we're here today and the professionalism that they operate their business under. The existing massage establishment As I mentioned, there are conditions of approval. I would suggest if we could look at condition number 10, and that relates to the operating hours of the massage establishment shall be between the hours of 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. each day of the week. I would request that it be at 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. each day of the week, similar to the way it is operating today. All the other conditions of approval we've been through and we've reviewed, and we agree to comply with all of them. I've gone through them with the business owner, and he also is comfortable and knowledgeable about what the city expects from him. That will conclude my remarks. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have, Mr. Kiesel.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
So currently the business operates from 10 a.m.?
Yes, in fact, I printed out online. I can hand to you.
And it operates as one business, right?
That is correct. Excuse me. I went out there the last few weeks. Last week was the last time. Predominantly, the business is related to the nails that takes place. So yes, that's in kind of the west side of the tenant space. The east side of the tenant space is where the massage takes place. If you look at the floor plan, on your left side, on your right side is where the massage area is. To the left side or west side is where the nails area is. And in the center, I believe there's some type of waxing or eyebrow privacy room for that type of activity for this type of business as well.
Does everybody come in from where it says the entrance and exit and go to reception?
Yes, that's correct.
And then currently it closes at 9:30?
Yeah, currently it closes at 9:30. We would request it go from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., but currently it's open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. 7 days a week.
Okay. And no changes in the operation of the business?
No changes in the operation of the business, no changes in the ownership of the business. And as I mentioned as part of my earlier remarks, there's no square footage being added. There's nothing at all. It's just to simply comply with the new code requirements that require them to have now a conditional use permit.
Okay. Very good. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I don't. I know that their business registration certificate expires in February, so that's next month. So we appreciate being put on before then. And then in terms of a decision, just being able to render a decision and then be able to reapply. That's the only thing I'd like to add. And then we thank you for your time this morning.
Sure. All right, I'm going to close the public hearing, and this concludes the, I'll take the case under advisement. This closes the meeting of January 17th, 2018 of the Planning Hearing Officer, and it is, 9:55. All right, thanks.
Thank you.